Bienvenido.
Keep telling people welcome.
To our love session.
Love session.
This episode we're going to focus on marriage, we're going to focus on weddings, we're going to talk about our experiences. We're celebrating 7 years of marriage in 2 days.
Yeah, not to jump the gun, we still got 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days.
Two more days, so 6 years, 360.
3 days?
3 days?
Yeah. From Prince to Diana Ross to This is Gabriella torturing a little kid. But no, it's been one of the, if not the best decision I've made up until this point to marry my beautiful wife, Gabriella. Hasn't always been great, but I am overall very happy in the relationship. I think she's going to start with talking about the pre-wedding stuff, and then I'll talk about, fellas, what you should do after you are married to maintain the relationship.
So yeah, a lot of my friends and family members are in the process of getting married. They're engaged right now, or maybe just very newlyweds, or maybe they're in the dating phase. And so just a couple of words of advice. Number one, we got married, a little bit of our backstory, maybe we should start there. A little bit of our backstory. We met actually in undergrad. I was 20 at the time, and we met in class, and long story short, we started dating. I thought a mutual friend of ours hooked us up. Vernon passed his phone number to our mutual friend. Our mutual friend told me, hey, here's my guy's number, you should call him. Of course I didn't, because I thought my friend was lying. I honestly did. Sorry, CJ. I thought he was joking. I thought he was just trying to like hook us up, and it was like all his idea, but apparently it wasn't all his idea. He actually did give me his phone number, so, but like a week or so later on campus, we ran into each other, and he was like, why did you call me? And I was like, I didn't know you actually wanted me to call you. And he's like, I did. So then, I think I did, and then from there we started dating, and then we dated for 5 years or so.
Yeah, 5 years.
5 years, and in those 5 years, I went to LA for 2 years for graduate school, and then we got engaged. We were engaged for about 6 months, and then we got married. Now we've been, like I said, 6 years, 363 days. So, yeah, so a lot of my friends, family members, etc., are in the process of dating, serious relationships, or maybe even engaged. A couple things. One is the wedding, right? So the wedding is like this big thing we all, little girls dream of, these beautiful white weddings and whatnot. And while that is super important to have, what you want, the way you want it as much as possible, we definitely did. We wanted a destination wedding. Actually, here in Mazatlan, everything comes full circle.
start the revolution. Be good to the women if you're a young man, and don't let a man not treat you like a queen if you're a young lady.
My high school teacher used to say men should treat ladies like fine china.
I've never heard that one.
You know, there's only so many days that you get to have that are strictly for you and that are strictly what you want to have. And so we did decide to go ahead and have a destination wedding, but we definitely made sure that we kept it low key, because one of the things is you know, you get to spending, especially weddings, you get to spending, you know, thousands of dollars on a dress, hundreds of dollars on makeup and accessories, and thousands on decorations. And the next thing you know, you've got what, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 wedding. And really the important part is not the day. The important part is the relationship. The important part is the foundation that you've built as a couple.
This is close enough, I think. This baby, alright, this baby's name is Vizuri, meaning beautiful in Kiswahili. Netzanet, meaning freedom. Fiona, which is a combination of Velma and Ramona, the great-grandmothers. And Desta, Lindsay. Ashe. Well, today is December 17th, 2011, and that means this little girl, Vizuri, turned 1 today. All here. Yeah, and Gabby's pregnant.
Are you pregnant?
Yes, she is. The name of the child. She's right. Gave him the first name of a very good man. His name is Emery. Industrious leader, that's the name of my father. We also gave him the name of Kuwezi, which means very capable. He's right. The third name we gave him is Mateo, which means gift of God. And it's Italian. It's Italian. And the last name I would give Matt. So one of the things I would say that helped me when I began to even think about getting married is that one of the brothers told me, he said, you know, when you get married, my best advice is that you date your wife, right? So you have to maintain that sense of romance. You have to maintain that desire that you had for her when you all were dating. Like, you have to continue buying her flowers. You have to continue taking her out. You have to continue telling her that she's beautiful. I'm not perfect in this area. I oftentimes may make a mistake. I may forget something. I may not give her flowers on some special day. Or, you know, I make mistakes like any person, but there's an effort to maintain the romance and the fire from when we were just dating. It's extremely important, especially when you have children. There's a lot going on in the household, and you can't figure out a way to, you know, show her how much you care about her because you have so much that's on your plate. But you have to make that time. Alright, so his name is Mkazo which means force. Haki, which means justice. We have Vittorio, which is an Italian name that actually Gabriella's grandmother wanted to give Emery, which means victor. And then Azad. You have to make some time. Now, I'm not expecting you to have a six-pack your entire life, but you should still try to be consistent in eating right and taking time to exercise. Because if you allow yourself to just kind of fall off, then she'll likely pick up on your energy, and then she'll feel like she doesn't need to invest in the time or the energy to do things to maintain her health. And those things are not just for aesthetics, not just for vanity, but they're for your health, they're for your longevity, so that you can be an active part of the family. So keep getting it in, brothers. Keep hitting the gym.
It's definitely important, like you said, to exercise, be physically fit, especially if you have kids, being able to chase after them, being there long-term health-wise, but then also just making sure that from time to time, although most of the days I wear my bonnets and my sweats every so often, making sure that I do take a little extra time.
Like today, looks great.
Take a little extra time to, do whatever it is that makes you feel good about yourself. Not necessarily for your husband, but for your own self. To make yourself feel good, to make yourself feel like your 100% best self. Whatever that is for you. If that's putting on makeup, if that's getting your nails done, if it's doing your hair, if it's even just putting on your favorite, nicest sweats and taking a great long shower and no makeup, whatever it is. Doing the thing that makes you feel confident in your own self. Like it allows you to give off that good energy, that can be felt by, your spouse, the person that you're with. So.
Another thing that I do is that I constantly try to make time to do something that is important for me, that is separate from my wife and my children. And she also has time to do the things that she wants to do as well. But like my thing is exercise. Like obviously you all know, if you've been following us, then you know that I practice and I teach capoeira. So that is my thing. That allows me to get away from the house and to get out and to get my mind right, to get my spirit right. And it allows me to do something that is really important to me. As much as you want to be the most attentive husband and the most attentive father, if you choose to be a father one day, you also have to take some time for yourself. If you don't love yourself, if you don't take time to do those things that are important to you, how are you going to be able to reciprocate that love towards another human being? So you have to find something, whatever that thing is, you got to take some time away from your wife to do that, so that you can have peace of mind and that you can interact better with her.
Making sure that you have those connections with other ladies, other women who are married or who are in long-term relationships or engaged. It's very different, kind of hanging out with women who are engaged or married than hanging out with women who maybe are single. The dynamic of going out is different. You go out with your women friends who are married, and it's like really just girl time to just kind of like let your hair down, hang out, bond over things that maybe that only women can understand. And one of the things that I'm really careful to do is when I do that, when I do hang out with my lady friends, we're very careful not to really sit there and like husband bash or air our dirty laundry or anything like that. It's really definitely something. If we have an issue between the two of us, we talk about it. But what it is a good opportunity to do is really just to kind of like, just converse and have differences of opinion and kind of get ideas. Something we do every year for our anniversary is we try our best to, get away. And that's been something I think we've done almost every single year. I think just the first year we didn't go overnight. But since then we've been blessed to have somebody who can watch our kids every single anniversary. We've been able to get away. And so that's something that, I commented to one of my girlfriends about, and she was like, oh, you know what, maybe we should do that. We don't get away enough. We don't get an opportunity to get away. But maybe that would be something nice that we can implement into our relationship. So, things like that, tips and tidbits that you can share, not necessarily bashing your spouse.
Here's to 7 years, looking forward to 70 more. So grateful to have you in my life. Yeah, we can. So,
100. All right, take care.
Peace.